Now on to the women's under 70 kilograms. Nikolett SZABO of Hungary against Lucija BRESKOVIC of Croatia. SZABO in white, BRESKOVIC of Croatia is in blue. They're both left-handed fighters, holding predominantly left. Doesn't mean that they can't throw to the right as well. Often we get fighters that will hold one way, throw the other, and vice versa, and some, of course, that can throw both sides quite naturally. They need two hands on. Sianagi there from SZABO. Sianagi, very low shoulder throw. A lot of that in judo, where they drop right the way underneath the opponent. So anybody that's just joined us, Paralympic judo is visually impaired. B1, B2 and B3s, they're all in together. There are 13 weight categories, a little bit different than able-bodied because we have 7 weight categories in the men, only 6 in the ladies. Just because of numbers, I think. Well, she's looking busy, isn't she? BRESKOVIC taking the fight to SZABO. Well, because they can't focus on the line, the edge of the yellow area, Jogai is the command that the referees use all the time. As they start to approach the edge, Jogai is shouted out so that they can rotate back in towards the centre. Doesn't always happen that way, of course. Trying to get the hand over the top. It should be better with an inside grip. SZABO, being the smaller of the two. Changes it to the left. That's what I was talking about. Right-handed stance, changes it to the left. 4-minute contest for the ladies. B2 classification, SZABO. B3, BRESKOVIC. Coming up to halfway, just over halfway. When it gets to the last minute, we'll hear a buzzer that will indicate 1 minute to go. We have got 2 mats going on. This is going to be an arm lock situation here. BRESKOVIC in with a chance here of taking the arm out. Too tight, so she suddenly decides to go for a hold down. She'll need to get that leg out if she's going to start the clock and the 20 seconds. Well, if I was her, I'd concentrate on the arm, but let the head come up. Pressure onto the arm and to the head at the same time. So a lot of effort going into this groundwork exchange, coming up to the last minute. Referee will only let it go on if it's progressive, so stands them up. Well, I can tell you, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of power, a lot of strength to attack on the ground, certainly for that amount of time, and it can work against you. So you have to decide whether you pursue with it or whether you let it go. The referee made the decision for her. Oh, there is a Brazilian on deck on the other mat. That's what crowd are enjoying at the moment. So a Shido, first Shido up, first penalty. It's the little yellow flag there you see. It's gone up to SZABO. Not attacking, it's all BRESKOVIC at the moment. Sianagi this time. That's going to be a Wazari, is it? Well, I thought that was a Wazari, but Ippon given. The line judges haven't moved, but I thought that it rolled onto the back as opposed to hitting the mat with absolute force, but the Ippon has gone up. Are they going to change it? It's gone to video referee, that's for sure. So it has been changed. It's been changed to a Wazari from an Ippon. So now she's going to have to fight on. SZABO thought it was all over there because of the call from the referee there, but BRESKOVIC now has another chance. It was a great shoulder throw, went all the way over. A little bit of discussion, line judges there just trying to decide. I think one of the line judges is saying that one of the athletes touched the legs. You're not allowed to touch below the belt line at any time during a throw. And now we might see SZABO getting disqualified here. So this is one of the main points, I think, that is not right about the below the belt rule. I think they should give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think they should let them carry on, but that's my opinion. It's one of the rules that after the Olympics and the Paralympic Games have finished, that is going to be discussed as to how much we can actually touch the legs, or at what occasions we can touch the legs or below the belt lines. At the moment, you can't use it, you can't touch it during a throw, defense, or as a counter-attack. So they're going to look at it very, very carefully and then make a decision on it. It could be either a Wazari up to SZABO, and that's exactly what it is, and they've decided to let it carry on. So I'm really glad about that. But BRESKOVIC breathes again. It's not an Ippon. Right-handed stance, the Hungarian, and then in for the left shoulder throw, right the way underneath every time. BRESKOVIC now obviously knows it. She'll start to defend towards it. She's here to fight, though, BRESKOVIC. Trains at the Castella Judo Club in Croatia. Studied philosophy and religious and theological studies. Oh, she's been countered. She's been countered. That's at least a Yuko, is it? It's Wazari Ippon. She gets a second score for that. And what happened was BRESKOVIC came in for a technique. SZABO counteracted the technique and took her onto her shoulders, rolled her onto her shoulders. It was a second Wazari. So she wins by Ippon. There's the Sianagi. Rolled her onto her back, so it wasn't with full force. Anything but rolls means it's a wazari as opposed to an ippon. So good decision there from the judges. There's the second one. Again, rolls her onto her shoulders. Wazari, wazetti, 2 wazaris make an ippon. But when we look at the scores, we see the yukos. You can get as many yukos as you want. But actually, 2 wazaris do make an ippon. They're the only things that are